Hello YouTube, this is Sean from the Pompey Games Room and thanks for checking out this latest video here. So, as you can see, today we've got the PS Vita out. And really, I just wanted to do a quick review, review, gameplay on a game that I've slowly, very slowly become addicted to. I absolutely love it and I've been playing it literally non-stop the past week. So how did this come about? Well, I'll tell you how it came about. I was watching last week, I was off work for 2 weeks obviously. When I bought this, it was my girlfriend and I's 9-year anniversary of being together. And we went away to Bath, and I ended up treating myself to a PS Vita. So, and it came with a free download of FIFA Football, so just here. And I also got Rayman Origins and Uncharted, which is next to it. I also bought F1, and I'm not that impressed with F1 if I'm being honest. It's a bit difficult to control. Not really suited to this sort of a handheld. But anyway, I watched a lot of Blue Tonic 78's Championship Manager videos, and I absolutely loved them. And it really got me itching into playing sort of a management sim game and something like that again. But I didn't really want to go back and play Football Manager. I really wasn't that fussed about playing Football Manager. So what I decided to do was look at FIFA. And I've got to admit, I'm absolutely blown away with the management sim that they've got on this thing. So let's load it up and I'm quickly going to sort of show you around it. Now be warned, there are only about 8 tracks, music tracks on FIFA. I'm used to FIFA games having like a library of about 30 odd songs. And it does get very annoying when the same songs constantly pop up all the time on this. But anyway, I thought this would just be good to show you this little management feature on this game, because if you're into management games and you've never really played FIFA, I've got to admit, I absolutely love this game. I never ever thought I would sort of get addicted again to a football game, but it's happened. And I've been playing this sort of at work and before football when I come home from work and things. So let's press the start button. Let's just log it all in. It takes a little while this sometimes to actually boot up. There's a few of these please wait screens that usually come up. So yeah, like I said, I thought I'd check out the management sim on this because I've played the NHL games on the PS3, who are made by EA Sports as well, and they have something which is called a Dynasty Mode. Dynasty Mode is basically a management mode, so basically it means that you can take charge of your favourite team, buy players and things like that, and make trades and do everything, you know. So I thought I'd try it out. Sorry, a bit over the top there, but yeah, so this is a little boot screen. Obviously, whilst the game's loading up, you get these little cutscenes where you can practice doing tricks and stuff, and practice your gameplay and see how things go. Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I mean, whilst the game's loading, because there are some quite long loading screens on this, and even on the PS3 version. But usually after a while, you can just press start, and out comes the game menu. So here's all your selections along here. So you've got your kickoff. You can even be a pro goalkeeper now, so which is pretty cool. So obviously you create your custom player and you can play in goal. And then the game's modes here. So we've got career mode. That's the one we're interested in, career mode, but we'll get to that in a minute. You've got some other bits and bobs here. So you've got a head-to-head. Obviously this is where you go just to have your online games and bits and bobs like that. Virtual Pro, not tried this yet. I assume that's something to do with your online character. Customised, pretty self-explanatory there. And I'll show you about the EA tracks, because there are not very many on here. And like I said, I've been playing this quite a lot, and the same tracks have been popping up all the time, which is slightly annoying, but anyway. Okay, so where we customise, we were there already. My game, that's how you can set things up, like camera angles and bits and bobs like that. And we're back to kickoff. So anyway, let's go to game mode, and let's load up my career mode. So see what I mean? I mean, I've already pressed X. It took a little while to boot up there. So these are my games here. Now, the little thumbsticks do not control this section. This is all touchscreen. So these two at the top here, I started off like a little career, and I went and played for the Vancouver Whitecaps in the MLS, and it was a tad easy. So I decided to start up an actual management career. And the best thing about management is that you can actually rather than, you can either sim the games, set your team up, or you can play the games. And it's been good to actually play the games, because I've been able to sort of build my team, see the actual sort of stats of certain players and see how good they are. And it's been really, really handy, sort of playing the game and building a squad. Unlike something like Champ Manager or Football Manager, where you've got to rely and watch the games, you can actually use the players on the pitch and find out what their sort of weaknesses are and how good they are at certain things. But anyway, so this is the interface here of the management section of the game. When you first load up this management part of the game, you'll be asked if you want to be a player manager, a player, or a manager. Now, I've tried all of them. The player manager is obviously you create your customised pro, and you sit them on the bench, and then every now and again you'll come on. You'll bring yourself on to change the game. And whilst you're off the pitch, you can control your team. But I thought in the end, I tried the player mode with Vancouver, and I wasn't that bothered about playing that. So I thought what I'd do is I'll just be a manager. So anyway, at the top here, you've got advanced. I don't know how well my camera's going to pick this up, but you've got advanced at the top here. And obviously, that will take you to your next game. Obviously, like I said, it takes a little while, sometimes the loading up, but to be fair, this is a pretty good game on this console, and the fact that it manages to run it as well as it does is quite unbelievable, really. But yeah, sometimes it does take a little while to actually advance days, but it's well worth it. And to be fair, that's what I mean about the music. You know, there's a lot of loading in this game, and the music does become very repetitive. But anyway, so I've decided to be Portsmouth in this video, because I am actually a Portsmouth fan, obviously, hence the game Pompey Games Room name, which is going to be quite interesting on the next releases of FIFA, because for those of you that don't know, Portsmouth Football Club at the moment are absolutely on the brink of going out of existence. We have basically a starting lineup on month-long contracts. And not a lot else really. We don't have a lot of money. We don't have any money, to be honest. We're in administration at the moment, and it's a bit difficult to say what our team is going to look like on the next instalment of FIFA, because there aren't many players on our books at the moment. It'll be quite interesting, that one, and the Football Manager series of games. Actually, I'm definitely going to have to check those out. So anyway, so at the end of advancing each week or each day, when you eventually come back after it's simmed, you'll go to this little sort of contacts inbox thing, and basically this is your email screen. So at the side here, I don't know how else it's going to pick up, but it's not going to pick up very well at all. Anyway, at the top here, we've got assistant coach, then we've got board, which has actually got the email by it. You've got other clubs, coach, magazine, medical staff, players, and chief executive. So whenever you get an email from certain people, it will come up with that. So it'll come up under a certain title. So this is actually a schedule change. It's saying I'm supposed to be playing Liverpool, and that's been moved from the 20th of October to the 22nd of October. So anyway, so press circle, get out of that. So we go back to the main interface here. So that's my calendar just here. I've got my career, which tells you how much, what I've done. So I've been at one club. I've won one league title. Domestic Cups won, none. I got to the semi-final my first season, but that was about it, unfortunately. Of the League Cup, Continental Cup. So obviously, I mean, I was in the Championship last year, but got promotion at the first time of asking to the Premiership. My biggest win was 5-0 against Leicester. Biggest defeat was then the next game. 2-0 to Ipswich, and I was absolutely battering them in that game, and it was so annoying. I just never got anywhere with the goalie. He just stopped absolutely everything. And I've played 56 games, won 40, drawn 9, lost 7, scored 144 goals, and 53 goals against. Flick through these things, you've got different things. So like my biggest transfer fee paid, which was a guy called Jay Rojas, who I bought this season, who is as fast as hell, unbelievably quick. And my highest transfer fee received is for Kelvin Ethu, of just under £1 million. And it's really, really addictive, this guy, seriously. My squad. So I've had to buy a lot of players, because because I'm now in the Premiership, and I'm actually top of the Premiership at the moment. Jefferson in goal. He's a player that I usually buy on Football Manager. Brilliant, brilliant goalkeeper. Rated 80 on this. Joel Ward. Oh, sorry. What am I doing there? So we've got Joel Ward. We've got Pierce. Tal Ben-Haim. Ricardo Roca. Awesome player. Shame we let him go this season, but then again we've let everyone go. Now, I don't know how to say this guy's name. Letner is very, very fast. I've built my team around pace on this game, basically because I've got a few good guys that are good in the air up front. Alejandro Fowlin, brilliant player on this game, really, really good. Good at set pieces, good at corners and things like that. Liam Lawrence, another guy I can't pronounce his name, Lukazad Zet. Eric Husenklepp, awesome player. Real shame it didn't work out for him at Pompey, but he was my top scorer last season with like 50 goals. Then we got Rojas, who I just told you about, my record signing. Henderson, Greg Halford, Aaron McQuenna, Hayden Mullins, David Norris, Mason, I don't know his first name, sorry, Luke Varney, Hamel Boatza, Marco Futax, brilliant player. Leicester have got a real steal there. Marco Futax, he's a brilliant player. Really helped us out towards the end of last season. Webster, Welshie at the bottom here. Thompson, Maggery, Stockford, and then we're back to the top again. So that's my team. And to be fair, I mean, you know, there's a lot of rejigging there. And we're playing quite an attacking formation. It's basically like a 4-3-3, but we've got a more attacking and an advanced midfielder. So we've effectively got 4 attackers, as you can see here. Yeah, and it's working well. Like I said, I got promotion first season, but so we've got contracts here. You have to renew your player contracts. I haven't had to do any yet because all my contracts run out in a fair few years. Obviously, I've got a few players' contracts that are running out in the next sort of 10 months, but they're loans. And then I've got my team, so I've got Joe Ward and Tal Ben-Haim. Ben-Haim has been an absolute monster on this game for me. He's been awesome. So he'll definitely be getting a new deal. And down here explained, you might be able to make out some stars down here. But this is a reputation. And as you win games, win titles, win leagues and things like that, your reputation will go up. And that will really help you when you try and buy players and attract them to your club. So we'll see what I mean. I mean, like, you've got a buy players tab here. And you can sort everything, so role, you can like sort your position here if you're looking for a midfielder, a certain side of midfield. You've got transfer listed, for loan, negotiating, so obviously if you're negotiating with certain players and you want to change the contract you've offered them, then that's where you would go. Not listed, that'll be players that are just like, you know, they're normal players for clubs, they're not listed at all, they're not on the transfer list, they're not on the loan list. Free agents, and any. So any, if you sort the any, all the players will come up on the game, and that's just warning me that's far too many players. So it seems to have done all the players from England at the moment, but yeah, I mean it's absolutely brilliant game this. I'm so addicted to it. And but anyway, let's actually play a game, and I'll show you what I mean because it's absolutely awesome. So, and sell players tab there, sorry as well. So let's go to advance. Going to take a little while. So anyway, what was I talking about when we were at the screen last? Well, okay, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Pompey on the next few games because we haven't really got a team. So it's going to be interesting to see how they fill our team, if we're just going to have like a youth team or something. But yeah, it'll be very, very interesting. So anyway, our next game is against West Brom. So we've got play match here, sim, or back. So we're going to play this game. So obviously this is pretty standard, you know, you select your side from any FIFA game really. And so you've got probably a blue kit will be good there. And I'm just going to quickly check that my side is actually fit to play. Because a few times last season I got to games and they were so worn out. So to look at that, basically all I do is flick this right stick here. So you can see here that Alejandro Fowlin, he does a lot of running for me during games, but I think he'll probably be okay this game. And I've got a fully fit bench, and I sorted out the bench last game, so I'm happy with that. Let's go to the game. So let's play. So basically now I'll get a little cutscene in a minute when it actually loads up, and yeah, it's absolutely brilliant game this, and I definitely recommend this mode to anyone who has got a Vita and fancies playing like a different sort of management sim game. It's like it can be a management sim game, or it can be an actual management game. I absolutely love this game, and it's a game that I've played an awful lot since I picked up my Vita nearly a month ago now. I've played Uncharted quite a lot, and I've also played Rayman Origins an awful lot, but this is a game that was a free download and it came with the console in a console bundle. And I thought one day I'd just connect it all up to the internet, was pretty happy with it all, and I thought, you know what, I'm actually going to try it. And yeah, to say I got hooked was an understatement. I mean, this was I was very, very happy with this. So you have this little loading screen again, but this will be a player that's related to your club. So I think this is Eric Housclap. Yeah, you know, beautiful finish there by Eric. I think that's Eric anyway. I'm not too sure. I've obviously had a big turnover of players. Yeah, it is Eric Housclap. I've had a big turnover of players the last year since I got promoted. So I've decided to redo all their numbers, and I don't actually know who's who anymore. But anyway, so my game is now loaded because the stadium has appeared in the background. So if I press start, we'll get the intro. I mean, the graphics are absolutely stunning on this for handheld. So we've got the Blue Army chants there in the background for the actual Pompey team, which is a common chant at Fratton Park. And now let's get this game underway. Let's press X. Okay, so I'm trying to play this for a camera, so it probably won't be the best, but I'll give it a go. So basically, my whole game plan is based on speed. I've got a few very, very fast players like Rojas here I was telling you about. Absolutely burning Stephen Reed here for pace. And oh! Eric Housclap. Well, exactly what I said. Eric is absolutely beautiful in the air. Brilliant player. Now that's good because we've got an early goal, so it means that I can sort of now sit back for a little while, just win the ball and play it around, pass it around, stroke it around the pitch, do whatever. Unless I concede a stupid goal. Just to let you know, this is on the middle level at the moment for ability wise. It's the actual step ups in level can be pretty difficult if you're not really a FIFA player. It's very, very difficult to actually get back into this game from playing like Pro Evo and things like that. So I got very lucky there, and that's because I was talking there. But yeah, it's very, very difficult trying to get back into it, like running with the ball and things. The tricks are little flicks and stuff of the analog sticks when you hold down L. So it can be a little bit difficult sometimes to execute things, but I'm slowly getting back into this game, and it's amazing how quickly the little FIFA techniques come back to you. I would go through the controls, but there's no point because you've got like 3 or 4 different standard settings you can use. Mine is probably the most standard in that X is pass, circle is shoot, triangle is cross, I believe, and square, no, maybe squares, that's what I mean. It's difficult for me to actually say what button's what because it's very instinctive. I just hit the button when I'm playing, but yeah, anyway, getting back to the game, it's an absolutely great football title on the Vita, and it's definitely worth getting hold of. I don't know whether I would buy the next FIFA game that comes out, because to be fair, I'm perfectly happy with this football title, and I'm not one to keep buying the different instalments of a game unless it's like NHL. But even over the past few years, NHL, I haven't really bothered to buy the other instalments because I've been perfectly happy with what I'm currently playing in 2011. So yeah, this is perfectly passable for me, and it's a game that I'll probably end up just keep playing this. I really love it. The management part of this game really, really sold it to me, and I've absolutely no qualms about playing this game. Probably in a few years I'll still be playing this, but I tend to do that with games. And oh yes, another game, another goal. So yeah, we've got another goal there, my defender. Great. This is going to be a good result if we can beat West Brom, because they're currently third in the league and we're only 4 games in. But you know, you've got to set your precedent early, set your stall out early, as they say. But yeah. So oh god. So my team is basically made up of Championship players, apart from the quick attacking midfielders that I added. It's the only player I bought last season was pretty much Alejandro Fouling, yeah. But anyway, if you listen to the commentary here, well, that was just saying there about Portsmouth's financial stricken times. It's got a little thing on pretty much every team, whether it's their past glories that we'll talk about, you know, trying to get back to their former glory days, or in Pompey's case on this game, it's all about money. Pompey, you know, they've come through the doldrums of football at the moment, suffered successive relegations last season, and it talks about their FA Cup win in 2008 when we won the FA Cup against Cardiff, the mighty Cardiff. But talks about that in 2008, and yeah, it's really geared up to absolutely pretty much every team on this game. You've got sort of little stats about every team. I've played teams like in the second division. I mean, even teams in the MLS. Oh yeah, even teams in the MLS. It's got little stats about them when they started. You know, if they had problems when they started up and things like that. Famous players they've had play for them and history. I mean, the depth on this game is absolutely awesome, and I wholeheartedly recommend this game to any football fan out there. If you can pick it up, FIFA is as common as hell. You can pick this up on eBay, usually for under a tenner, especially on the Vita, but also across any platform you can pretty much pick it up for pretty much pence. Well, not pence, but you know what I mean. You know, dirt cheap, should we say? So if you're a management sim game fan, definitely check this out, guys, because you won't be disappointed if you like to sort of play your game as well, and you know, have an actual effect on your team by sort of picking your side and playing the game. It's been a real surprise for me, and it's a real gem that I found on this system, and I'll probably still be playing this well into next year, and it's a game that I'm really enjoying at the moment. Basically, I only started playing it, like I said, because of Blue Tonic's videos, his football manager video, Championship manager videos, and also the fact that I've been stuck on Uncharted for 2 days, so I just cannot get past this certain part. It's really starting to tick me off, so I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll just put on a different game, and that's what I did, and this hasn't actually come off the screen of my Vita, so I'm pretty impressed by it. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up now, guys, because I've got to work on getting a bigger margin in this game. 3-0's good, but I want it to be more, so I've got to concentrate the second half. Take care of yourselves. Please feel free to comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching.